Hi guys, I'm going to show you today about how I make my own dog food.
Little Annie, what is it, girl? You want me to make your food? Well, Luca's playing dead because she's saying, we're starving, we want you to make our food. Ah!
Which I've been doing for about the past 10 years. I started learning about it when I was like 14 or 12 when I had a 4-H project about commercial dog food versus holistic dog food. And that was when I started learning that there's a lot of ingredients in commercial dog food that I would never want to feed my dog on purpose. Things like the beaks of chickens and feet of chicken, a lot of byproducts and things that are pumped full of hormones and chemicals. And the weirdest thing that I found was animals that had been euthanized, so cats, dogs, and horses, and all the different chemicals and parts that come along with that, which just doesn't lead to having a healthy dog that can live for as long as possible. So we started making our own dog food for our pets, and our recipe has sort of evolved. In my family with 2 medium-sized dogs, we make up about 20 pounds of meat, which lasts us about 2 weeks. So I'm going to show you how to do it as easily and quickly as possible, and then you can store your food in the freezer for the upcoming week or weeks depending on how much you make, and then you can just serve your dog and have it as quick and easy as it was almost when you use dry dog food. So if you're interested in doing this, I hope you enjoy the video.
This is what you'll need. You'll need some type of meat. We use ground beef because it's easy to find and it's the cheapest thing to find at Walmart. If you want to use another type of meat, that's fine, especially like if you are a hunter or you have access to venison from your neighbor or your family or something. That's a great all-natural, grass-fed meat, but this is what we're going to be using today. These are the veggies that we're using. This is 2 pounds of local green beans. You can use canned or even frozen if it makes it easier for you, but these I found at our farmer's market, and since they're local, they didn't have to travel very far, so they're retaining a lot more of the nutrients. These I steamed a little bit because in the wild, dogs mostly get their vegetables from inside of the stomachs of the animals that they eat. And so these I just wanted to cook a little so that it would sort of mimic the breaking down that happens in the stomach. But not too much because I didn't want to kill all the nutrients. Garlic. I use this minced garlic. It's just really easy to scoop in. You can also mince it yourself. I don't recommend the garlic powder because I find that the garlic that isn't dried is more efficacious at getting rid of the fleas than the dry garlic. And what this does is it makes the dog's skin actually taste bad to the fleas, and they bite them and then they leave. And brewer's yeast. This is the same sort of idea as with the garlic. This I got from my health food store, and it comes in a powder like that. You need a big pot to mix it in, and some containers. I also use a pair of gloves. You don't have to, but it just gets kind of yucky when you're mixing the meat, and it's easier to mix with your hands than with a spoon. So I just use a pair of disposable gloves.
I'm going to put in the information section the entire recipe and also how to figure out how much you need for how much your dog weighs. So please check in there for more information. So what I do first before I mix in the meat is mix the other 3 ingredients. Especially since the brewer's yeast is really powdery, it gets really hard to mix in equally to the meat. So what I'm doing first is just mixing the 3 of those things up really, really well so that they'll distribute evenly throughout the meat.
And here's what it looks like. Dogs don't need a lot of vegetables. I have the ratio somewhere. If I find it, I can include it in the more information section with the recipe. But they really don't need that many vegetables. And you can also use lots of other varieties. Just look up and make sure that they are safe. But we interchange with sweet potatoes, greens, different things. But these were what was fresh and local at the moment, so this is what I ended up using. Carrots you can also use. Once I've mixed the meat in, this is what it looks like. And I've started to distribute it out into the containers that I'm going to store it in. Once I pack it into the tubs, I just have to put most of it in the freezer, which will keep for about 2 weeks in there as we go through it, and then I keep one out, which I keep in the fridge to feed them from. We add this supplement called NuPro. It has probiotics and vitamins and minerals in there for them to balance out what they need. There's a lot of other brands, and your vet might have other recommendations, but this is what we use. It's a powder, and we scoop it on every day when we feed them because it needs to go on fresh. It's not supposed to be frozen. So that's all that we do. Annie, sit. Annie, okay. Good girl. Luca, okay. Good girl. There they go. And that's it. That's how easy it is to make your own dog food that your dog will love. We consult with our vet before we change our dog's recipe, and she's a vet who likes to incorporate holistic practices. Definitely give your vet a call and tell them that you want to change your dog's diet and make sure that they don't have any concerns about anything special conditions that your dog may have. Garlic is not good in large amounts, and it is not for cats. It's not safe for cats, so please do not give this recipe to cats. And make sure that your dog doesn't have any previous conditions that can cause it to have a problem with the garlic. If it's a healthy dog that doesn't have any problems, garlic should be fine, but just go ahead and give your vet a call and just ask them. This recipe can also be helpful with dogs with allergies because there's only so few ingredients. Annie, did you like it? Come here. You want to say bye? Come here. Ooh. Deep breath. We hope that you like this tutorial, and please ask me any questions, and if you try this out or if you've done this before and you do something different, please comment below and let me know what you're doing so that we can know about it. And thank you very much for watching. Say bye, Annie girl. Did you like that dinner? Ugh. Say bye. That's it. That's how you make your own dog food. Bleh! I really hope that you like this. Bleh!